Hi, I'm City Manager Ed Zuercher, and welcome to another edition of Doing What Matters, the show where we talk to Phoenix employees about the important work they do for the community. We're here today at the Gallery at City Hall, which is Phoenix's own miniature art gallery displaying works from our municipal art collection. 2015 is an important year for Phoenix Arts. It's the 30th anniversary of our Arts and Culture Commission and the 100th anniversary of the collection of art owned by the people of Phoenix. And the person who oversees this effort is our Arts and Culture Administrator, Gail Browne. Gail, thanks for joining me today at the gallery.
Happy to be here.
So tell us a little bit about this space and how it emerged on the Phoenix scene.
Sure, I'd be happy to. So, as you mentioned, 100 years ago, 1915, the Phoenix Women's Club started an art collection as part of the World's Fair that year, and they donated that collection to the city of Phoenix. And over years, they continued to add works to the collection, and donations have come in since. And so for 100 years, we've been collecting artwork, which is on display throughout the city.
And how many pieces of art have been collected?
1,000 pieces so far. So that's kind of an enormous collection for a city to have at its disposal. A lot of these works are in offices and in public spaces throughout City Hall, all of the city buildings, really. But around 2011 and 12, it was decided that we should find a space here in the main atrium of City Hall to display these works so that people from the public can come in and find what we have, what some of these treasures are. So
now tell us a little bit about what's in the collection. It's not all classic paintings that people might think of as oils, but
that's right.
What's the variety in the collection?
It's a wide variety of things, many paintings, some Indian art, artifacts. And here we have a selection of our photographs. There are about 150 photographs in the collection, and there are 28 of them here on these walls. Some of the works that specifically relate to the desert landscape, both sort of the natural beauty of the landscape and some of the impacts that humans have made over time to our desert environment. So it's a great sort of a perspective on where we live, and of course the artwork is amazing, it's tremendous.
And it's interesting as you look around this collection, there's both classics, so photographs of saguaros, and more contemporary, or what people might call modern, so close-up views of cereal, but it's made to look like a canyon. Who chooses the art that's brought into the collection?
Sure. You know, this gallery is here in large part because of our commission. It was sort of their vision that we should have a space like this in City Hall. But the work of selecting primarily rests with Ed Lebo, who's the director of our public art program, and his staff. And we also have a collections manager that works with Ed on making these selections.
And it's done under the guidance of your commission.
That's certainly right.
So who is the commission?
So
who is the Phoenix Arts and Culture Commission?
And in fact, that's kind of what we're celebrating this year. So the Phoenix Art Commission was founded in April, actually, this month of 1985. And these are a group of volunteers, people from the community who have a real interest in arts and in making sure that Phoenix does the best it can do to promote the arts within our whole community.
And they're appointed by the mayor and the council?
They're appointed by the mayor and council, and they work in concert with the Office of Arts and Culture, which I direct, in order to do things like create public art, think about arts learning and how our citizens can have more access to arts education opportunities. And of course, there's our grants program too.
And the arts grants program is important in the community. For why? Why is that an important thing for us?
So, I mean, how I like to think of it is the city has invested very well in arts and culture in Phoenix over the last 30 years. You know, we have the capital improvement program, which allows us to build the public art. But what the grants do is that money goes right back to the arts organizations, which have grown up. I think we have about 150 or 160 arts organizations now in the city of Phoenix. It enables them to put on productions in their theaters, in their galleries and museums, and more importantly, gives access to our public to be able to see as much wonderful art as we're making here in the city of Phoenix.
Some people think that, you know, the core services of a city are police and fire and streets, swimming pools, libraries, and all those things are critically important. And how does arts fit into that sort of core nature of what a city can provide for its residents?
You know, quality of life. I mean, those services are important to our quality of life. They keep us healthy, they keep us safe. But what the arts do is they kind of in a way help us to be better citizens. right? They help us to understand more our relationships to each other, to kind of our shared humanity, our common goals. They help us figure out hard and difficult problems sometimes when things are tense or difficult. You know, the arts it's sort of miraculous really what the arts can do. So I'm so proud that I live in a city that has invested so well in promoting arts and culture.
And the return on investment. I know the Arts Commission has done a great job of speaking to the public about the actual dollars and cents of the arts in Phoenix. Tell us a little bit about how economic development also is part of the world of arts.
That's an important point. The last survey we did, which was a few years ago, we learned that the sort of arts and culture, the nonprofit arts and culture industry generates over $300 million in revenue for the city of Phoenix. Over 9,600 jobs are created through arts and culture. We're going to be doing a survey next year, and I am sure those numbers are going to rise dramatically because of our more recent investments in the sector. So it's an important contributor. You know, people go to performances, but they also hire a babysitter. They pay for parking. I mean, there's a multiplier effect that we see that really brings in dollars to the city.
Well, this is a great space. The collection is beautiful as people have a chance throughout City Hall to just notice the art that is present around them. Thanks for sharing it with us. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
So thank you for joining me.
Appreciate it.
If you'd like to learn more about the Phoenix Office of Arts and Culture and the gallery at City Hall, go to the website on your screen. For Doing What Matters, I'm City Manager Ed Zuercher.